devastation when you were waiting on the...
This means you're visible and you are present to people, present to the community. He's very visible. He's an active sort of a person. He loves teaching. He likes the boys. He's present around the yard. He's involved in football. He referees. Students that see a lot of him. When he's around, he's very makes a real. The word presence is there. Yeah. He's a very visible figure in the school.
Fantastic. Brother, in many different ways. I suppose directly, I mean, he's got a great love of his mother. On the Mothers and Sons Mass, he had his mum there and had her up on the altar. He loves his mum very much, and so does the rest of his family, including his grandparents. Also, with a family spirit too, I think you need to think also is that Brother Anthony thinks that this community is his family, Parramatta Marist Brothers. And the way that he interacts with the boys and the teachers shows a lot of spirit.
So, sir, how does Brother Anthony show simplicity?
By breaking down tasks that he expects students or staff to do and explain them in such a way that everyone understands what they have to do and is able to carry it out quite well and makes it an enjoyable task, e.g. the school masses.
I know Brother Anthony loves his work. He's here all the time, even in the school holidays, and you tell him to go home and relax, but he doesn't. He continues to do it. But even during the school holidays, if he's not here, he's working out down in Mittagong, helping out on the farm, things like that. So he does like to keep himself busy.
Right, fantastic. Thank you.
In the Way of Mary is another one, and he bases everything that he does and puts Mary as the centre of all these activities.
Brother Anthony, do you think that the 5 Marist charisms are important, and how?
Well, I do. I wouldn't be here if I didn't. But each of them would bring a different characteristic to what we do, and I suppose we express it here at Parramatta Marist in our own way. But things like family spirit, love of work, in the Way of Mary, presence, simplicity, humility, all that different kind of stuff, each gives a different element of how we work. But when you look at things like family spirit, it gives us a common bond to be able to go and do things together, to achieve things together, and also gives an important element of trust. When we look at something like in the Way of Mary, Mary is important to us not as being a motherly figure as much as the more significant thing about her being a disciple of Christ. While the motherly aspect is very important for us as worshippers, we've got to remember that Mary doesn't make any sense without Jesus. So for us as Marists, it's in the Way of Mary to be a disciple of Christ. Presence is vitally important, because if you're not present to people and present to a spirit, nothing ever happens, and people think you're fake. So you've got to be present, you've got to be actively supporting people, listening to people, and doing all those different things. Simplicity and humility is not about dumbing things down, it's about being real and honest in the way that you're dealing with people. And all those different things. When you wrap those 5 things together, it's basically being about living something that you believe in, being true to who you are, and bringing out the best in other people.
Thank you, Brother Anthony.
My pleasure.